Hey guys, if you are watching this is Tree Cat Tarot and I am Tree Cat. Today we're going to take a look at what you need to know today. I am intending for this message to release on May 17th, 2024, but I also intend that you will receive it whenever you are ready to hear it. So let's go ahead and get started. Today we're going to be using the tarot deck from the Spirit of Halloween store, as well as the Witch's Kitchen Oracle deck. I have another deck I pulled out, but it has a very specific use, so we'll see if I feel the need to use it or not. But let's see what you need to know today. Spirit, what? Okay. We have the Ten of Cups in the reverse. That is Pisces energy. One of the things I love about this deck is it shows zodiac signs on each card. Because, like, I know the signs associated with, like, major arcana, but then when it comes to, like, all the minor cards, I'm no good with that. That is a lot. Okay. We also have the King of Pentacles coming out with the Eight of Swords. This is Gemini energy. And this is Taurus and Aries energy. I feel like this is going to be kind of similar to the message that we received yesterday. But of course, no two messages are exactly the same. We have the Seven of Pentacles, more Taurus energy. Okay. We have the Four of Pentacles, Capricorn energy. Lots of earth energy in this reading and just lots of pentacles. Okay. And we have the Chariot in the reverse. That is card number 7, Cancer energy. Okay. And at the bottom of the deck, we have the Two of Cups in the reverse, more Cancer energy. Okay. So the overall message of the read has to do with the breakdown of some kind of relationship. It can even be the breakdown of something internal, right? Starting off the read, we have the Ten of Cups in the reverse. That is the card representing the past. There was definitely a breakdown in terms of familial happiness. It could have been that you grew up in a toxic family environment, or maybe I feel like some of you are a little further along in life, and that maybe it wasn't that you grew up in a toxic familial environment, but like maybe you had a previous marriage that was toxic, something of that nature. At this current time, you are in a Seven of Pentacles in the uphand energy. The Seven of Pentacles is when we have good plans, they are in motion, and it's going to require work, but like we've laid a really good foundation for it, right? I feel like with the the King of Pentacles coming out with the Eight of Swords, that represents what it is about your past that is currently affecting your present, right? So when I see the King of Pentacles with the Eight of Swords, it makes me think of someone who doesn't actually realize how much they have. It makes me think of someone who sits in a place of like, I wouldn't quite say that they lack gratitude, but like, it's more when you think the grass is greener on the other side, and then when you finally peek over the fence, you realize that your grass is like lush forest green and their grass is like more of a yellowish spring green color, and it's because they don't water their grass worth a shit. It's not quite a lack of gratitude. I feel like thinking that you could do more and have more, and simultaneously being blind to what you in fact have, right? Being blind to the fact that you actually have quite a bit because you've achieved quite a bit. I feel like, and I am not in any way invalidating like what you feel about a past situation, about your childhood, so on and so forth. But I feel like you might, it reminds me of someone I used to know where there were things about his childhood which were like terrible that no one should ever have to deal with. But then there were other things about his childhood that were strangely really great, and in certain ways better than what other people have to deal with. And in his case, he chose to focus on the good parts, right? So for example, his particular situation, his parents were consistently on drugs and they were constantly physically fighting, right? Terrible, something no one should ever have to deal with. But then on the other side of that, his parents also like very verbally and emotionally like really raised up the kids verbally and emotionally, really like were about like helping them to believe like you can do whatever you want. It does not matter. You have no limits. Which is something a lot of people don't get to experience, right? They don't get to experience parents that have every ounce of belief in their child that they could possibly have. So it's this weird balance of two things that, like, one thing he should never have had to deal with, no one should ever have to deal with, and something that I wish every child could experience, right? So in his case, he focuses more on the fact that they were constantly like raising him up. But I feel like in your particular case, you have something similar where like your childhood was a weird blend of something fantastic and something horrible. And you're focusing on the horrible thing to the degree that you don't realize like how much the fantastic thing may have helped you. And again, like that's not to validate any kind, that's not to invalidate suffering or anything like that. But it's like that foundation, like, so for him, you know, again, he focused on how his family would bolster him up really, really well. And it had a huge defining, it was a huge defining feature of his own personality. He also believed every person had unlimited potential because of that. That was instilled in him so hard. So it could be that there is something that you have a really good solid foundation for, and you don't even realize you're not even putting credit to where it came from, right? Excuse me. So like, it's like, so say I'm using my friend as an example once again, like, say he still had his like big view of like everyone has unlimited potential, but he refused to acknowledge where it came from. That's the energy that this is giving, right? In the future, we see the Chariot in the reverse, which is stagnancy. It's going nowhere. It's going around in circles. And the reason that currently, even though you have a good solid foundation, even a good plan, you're going to be going around in circles at this time, and it's because of the Four of Pentacles energy. It's because, like, this lack of, like, really knowing where to put your resources. I want to say yourself as the ultimate resource. Not really knowing where to put your energy. I'm going to go ahead and actually use the Witch's Kitchen Oracle to clarify these cards and see what exactly we get. Spirit, can you clarify the Ten of Cups in reverse, please? Patchouli, purpose. Purpose, interesting. Spirit, can you clarify the King of Pentacles with the Eight of Swords, please? Spirit, can you? Thank you. We have Arnica with recovery. Okay, that's the other way I kind of wanted to interpret this, was that you eventually took the blindfold off. You eventually recognized your own abundance. That was the other way I wanted to interpret that. It could have been that it was in this situation with the toxic family or unhealthy family dynamic that you found a purpose within yourself. Seven of Pentacles is being clarified with the hemp card, which means expansion. So yeah, laying good groundwork, laying good foundation. And it's so that you can expand upon either your healing or using your healing. You're allowing your healing and your purpose to go hand in hand. It's because you were able to heal from the situation that you have something to expand upon, because now, like, you can help other people that are in similar situations to the one that you were in, right? This is someone who has found their purpose in life. And finding our purpose in life is a difficult but beautiful thing. Okay, so we have Salt with protection, clarifying the Four of Pentacles. And then finally, clarifying the Chariot in the reverse. We have Ginger with power. And clarifying the Two of Cups in the reverse, Spirit. We have Mandrake with impassive. I think it's interesting that we have the card meaning power here, and then we have its exact opposite out here as well. So with Mandrake, clarifying the Two of Cups in the reverse, specifically what there is a breakdown in is in your there's something about a feeling of helplessness that is kind of guiding the way you're going about things. You found your purpose and you know what you want to do with yourself. You even, there's even a sense of power that you're trying to get towards. But with the Chariot being in the reverse and clarified by power, it's like you know what you want to do. And you even know how you want to go about it, but like, there's still, unlike my friend who had nothing but belief in himself. You are lacking belief in yourself. You feel as though you are powerless. You feel as though like there's a part of you that still really questions whether or not you can affect change. So even though you know your purpose, even though you have healed from your own situation, or so you think you have, and even though you are inspired and motivated to use what you've gone through in order to help other people, yeah, like there is a feeling of not fully believing in self. There is the belief that we don't truly have the power to do what it is that we need to do to help other people. The Four of Pentacles in the uphand being clarified with protection. That's an interesting combination to me. I think there is a tendency to give so much of yourself and your energy to helping other people and protecting other people that you start to lose yourself in the process. I think that's the problem here. The Two of Cups in the reverse and the impassive card, what's being broken down is it's like the more you give to other people, you don't know how to keep anything for yourself. There is still some level of codependency here. That's the problem. I feel like I want to tell you that there is a need here to learn compassionate detachment, right? Compassionate detachment. Just because you don't allow what's going on with other people to define how you move through the world or how you move through your day doesn't mean you don't feel things for other people. Really good nurses practice compassionate detachment. Really good social workers practice compassionate detachment. People who work within welfare systems, good ones, practice compassionate detachment. You have to have a well of compassion to do any of the work that I just listed. But if you cannot help someone, you can't allow it to ruin your day. Like, that's the thing. I feel like, yeah, there's still too much of a tendency to not leave anything for yourself. Let's see here. Spirit, what advice do you have regarding this message? Spirit, how can the viewer keep some power for themselves? Thank you. Did you see it just like sitting there? That was funny. We have the Wheel of Fortune. Card number 10, the Wheel of Fortune. That is all fixed signs. That is Aquarius, Leo, Scorpio, and Taurus. Let's clarify the Wheel of Fortune really fast. Spirit, can you clarify the Wheel of Fortune, please? Spirit, can you please clarify the Wheel of Fortune? We have Dandelion with wishes. I think there is... For some of you, there is a need to move on from the current idea that you have in the current work you are doing and to take it in a slightly different direction, or to go about the same purpose with different action. So like that would be someone that, like, you know, maybe you cannot mentally, emotionally take being a nurse anymore, but you become an instructor for future nurses instead. You're still involved in the medical field and you're still trying to help people, but rather than you being directly involved, you're instead teaching other people how to do the thing that you know how to do. That would be one way of going about that. The other thing could be, for some of you, there's still a part of you that hasn't made peace with what has happened in the past. There is still a part of you that hasn't made peace with whatever had happened to you or whatever you went through, and that is still wishing that things could have been different. You need to deal with it. You need to sit with yourself and accept what happened, and accept that while it was unfair and it never should have happened to you, it did lead you where you are now. And, you know, just like reminding yourself that in 99% of cases, when people hurt other people, it's usually not actually about hurting the person. It's about something to do with the person who did the hurting. It's something about a need to feel powerful or an inability to access one's own emotions, or an inability to deal with emotions, what have you. It doesn't make it okay, but it helps to make it feel less personal. It helps to, like, and knowing that it wasn't personal, like, it can aid the healing process. So for some of you, you just need to kind of go in a slightly different direction. You need to pivot. And for others of you, you can continue to do what you're doing right now, but you need to deal with whatever difficult feelings it's bringing up. And you'll know which it is. Like, you know if difficult feelings are being brought up by the things that you're doing versus being burnt out, right? So this was definitely not the message that I had expected to give today, but thank you for letting me give this message to you. Thank you for coming to the reading. And I will see you again soon. Be good, be safe, and love and light to you. Bye.